Hey guys, this is Lisa from NYC Gal Out. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, today we are talking The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the season reunion, and the part 1 of a 3-part series. Okay, before we get into it, guys, don't forget to hit the like, follow, subscribe, leave me a comment, and all that good jazz. And all right, let's get into what the hell's been going on. So Andy Cohen is out there in California very early in the morning, 6 a.m. It's still dark outside. They're in these trailers trying to get their glam, their dresses on and everything. Andy Cohen arrives. He flew in from New York City, and they have the setup really nice, but I'm not sure what they were going for. I think they were trying to recreate Taco Tuesday, which, by the way, did any of you guys see any tacos at Crystal's Taco Tuesday? She had a really beautiful menu set up, but in her menu that she had, it was like spring rolls and stuff like that, which, I mean, you know, she had like a menu that looked like, to me, Chinese food, and I love Chinese food, authentic Chinese food. I don't like that takeout shit. But her theme was Taco Tuesday. I didn't see any Mexican food, and I definitely didn't see any tacos. So can somebody tell me if they saw tacos? Because I legit did not see any freaking tacos at Taco Tuesday. But I felt like they were trying to recreate the event at Taco Tuesday, right? Is that what the scenery was? I'm not sure. But anyway, Anne Marie's mom died. I felt really bad about that. Then they talked about the whole Dorit and Garcelle thing. Look, I've already said this. I just think that Garcelle doesn't like Dorit. And when you don't like someone, you will find any and every reason to not like the person. And I'm going to say this. I hopped onto Twitter to see what the hell the consensus was. There was a lot of people who were team Garcelle, but then there were also people who were team Dorit. And then there were also people who were in the middle, which is what I kind of feel like, because I don't like Garcelle and I don't like Dorit. So I'm kind of like in the middle. And I feel like when you're in the middle, you're able to see both sides. You're able to be neutral, right? So of course, all of the Garcelle fans were dragging Dorit, saying like, you know, she's been known to say like racially insensitive things and other stuff. And then those that are Dorit fans were saying that, you know, like Garcelle makes everything about race, and that, you know, Dorit, she's an Israeli Jew, so she is a minority herself, and, you know, other stuff. And then the people in the middle have said that Garcelle, she'll hold Dorit's feet to the fire, but no one else, and especially not someone that she likes. A lot of people point out how she doesn't have a problem with Sutton's Karen behavior. And, you know, she's so upset about Dorit when it was actually Erica was the one that actually cussed out her son. And yet she's more upset about Dorit instead of Erica. And Kyle and Mauricio were the ones that were actually laughing at the whole retelling of it. But again, she's more upset with Dorit. Like, here's the thing, though. I don't care if somebody apologizes. If you're cussing out my son, even if you give me an apology and I accept that apology and I'm like, all right, whatever, we'll move on, I'm still not going to be more mad at another person. Like, I'm still not even going to be more mad at Kyle and Mauricio, who were just laughing. My anger will if I was to always have like some sort of resentment, that resentment would be placed on the person actually doing the cussing. Like, Erica was the one that actually cussed out her son and told her son to fuck off, but she has more anger towards Dorit than she does with Kyle and Mauricio, who were the ones that were laughing, and Erica, who was the one that was actually doing the cussing. And that was what a lot of people in the middle of the road said. They also said, you know, other stuff. Look, I'm going to say this. Garcelle does not like Dorit. She doesn't like Dorit, and when you don't like somebody, everything and anything you will find a reason to criticize them, to like I'll tell you what, I see this a lot with New Jersey fans, right? Real Housewives of New Jersey fans, when they don't like, when they're team Teresa or they're team Gorga, if they're team Teresa, then they're team Jen Aiden. If they're team Gorgas, then they're team whatever the hell her name is, Margaret Josephs. So it's like everything and anything they will nitpick. Like, I saw something where, like, you know, the Gorga team stands, they were like dragging Teresa and Melania for having a Harper Bazaar cover on is it Serbia? I think they did a cover for it like in Serbia, probably Serbia. But look, here's the thing. They're dragging them, but like legit Harper Bazaar is like one of the most well-known fashion magazine. Just because it's not the American one doesn't take away from it. So it's like the fact that they're making fun of it, like, hello, I'm sorry, but you Melissa Gorga stans, what cover has Melissa Gorga been on? other than the ones that she has to pay for, because like legit, she's never been on the cover of People magazine, and she's definitely never been on the cover of RHOBH, even if it is the Serbia one. I don't understand the dragging because it's kind of like very pitiful, but I say that because I'm using it as an example that if you don't like someone, you're going to find everything and anything to criticize them about. And I kind of feel like that is what that's how Garcelle feels about Dorit. And I feel like Dorit feels it the same way too, because Dorit, she point blank asked her, do you like me? Do you like even want a friendship with me? Like, because that's legit. Like, if you don't like someone, like, you're going to find everything to criticize them about, because point blank, I felt like Dorit haters, I find it very convenient that they want to gloss over the fact that Anne-Marie did say that to her. Yes, she apologized and said, I'm sorry for yelling, but they want to gloss over the fact that she also said, I'm not yelling at you. And she made a very excellent point when she said that Sutton's telling her that she's yelling at her is like trying to make her look aggressive. And I absolutely do feel that. I did feel like that is something that a lot of white people do. I do feel like a lot of white people, okay, let me take that back. I do feel like a lot of Karens, white Karens, barbecue Beckys, you know who they are. I feel like when they don't like something, they try to make it sound like the other person is being aggressive. Don't raise your voice. Don't yell at me. Looking back at that flashback, I felt like Sutton, maybe she has some unconscious bias too. I mean, Garcelle, that's your best friend. Okay, it's not your job to educate Dorit, but if that's your homegirl, that's your best friend, maybe that's your job to educate your best friend then, because I felt like Anne-Marie had a solid argument. Other people are not going to agree with me, and that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. And then I also feel like people like Monica Garcia, like she was so excited to be offended, if you guys could understand. Like when Angie said she was a low-brow rat, she thought Angie said low brown. And she's like, what? Brown rat. Like she was so excited to be offended. And I kind of feel like she was looking for any opportunity to be offended so that she could use that. Because like legit, this girl was passing herself off as white. And now all of a sudden she's Latina, but like she was passing herself off as a white girl. Anyway, I mean, maybe I'll do a whole entire video about that. I got some news about that, but I just don't have the energy because these videos take so long. And then it's like, Dorit and Kyle got into it about their friendship. And look, Kyle said that they're not close like that, that their friendship is a friendship that is basically based around the TV show. But I don't find that shocking, and I don't find that surprising. And I don't feel like, see, when fans get so invested that they're like, feeling whatever, it's kind of like, well, they're not your friends. Like why are you getting so upset for somebody else's friendship? Like it's not your friendship. But anyway, so look, I believe that's true. I absolutely 100% believe that's true, that a lot of these friendship are genuine friendship in the sense that they are genuine friendships for the show. And I think that she wants to have that friendship with Kyle because Kyle and Mauricio, they do have money like that. But besides that, Kyle is also like the gateway to Kathy Hilton. And, with Kathy Hilton comes the whole entire Hilton family and name, brand, and family. Like Dorit feels like her friendship with Kyle is more important than Kyle feels her friendship with Dorit is. Erica really didn't have much to say during this reunion, but I will mention one thing. When people do not use the word literally correctly, Erica was sitting there saying that literally Andy Cohen was in her ass the last two reunions with the whole Tom Girardi thing. First of all, that's not like, stop, people, please stop saying literally. Like, I know there's words that I say a lot too. I say the word legit a lot. I'm always going legit. I say that word a lot. Monica Garcia seemed to like saying honestly a lot. Like I freaking at her reunion, at the Salt Lake City reunion, I counted like freaking 50 times where she was like, honestly, because honestly, and honestly, and on. See, I always feel like anybody who says the word honestly is not being honest. So, look, I understand that there are people who say words a lot, but the word literal, you cannot use that word because the word literal means, for Erica to correctly use the word literally, it would mean that Andy Cohen, some part of Andy Cohen would need to be in her ass. Like whether it's a hand, a foot, a finger, a toe, whatever, some part of him would need to be like literally inside of her asshole. That part, because again, Erica had like really nothing to say at this first part of the reunion. She was asked that question in the beginning of the reunion when Andy Cohen was making his rounds around the couches. And she was like, because you were literally in my ass the last two reunions. And it's like, no, that's not what literally means. Like literally means that a part of him would have to be in your ass. So that part annoyed me. I don't even know why. I just felt like I just felt like I had to bring it up because I felt like people use that word incorrectly so often that it annoys me. Anyway, Erica just basically sat there the whole entire reunion making faces. Like that was what she was doing, like for like 45 minutes. Like those were the faces she was doing. And then Crystal and Anne-Marie get into it. I mean, I don't know. Crystal's boring. She's boring. I am not into whatever crap she has going on with her brother. That was her storyline. That was her storyline this season, was the crap that she had going on with her brother. I am not interested in that crap. So what the fuck was her storyline? I mean, Sutton had her dating and a horse. Like, legit, like, I'm not interested in Sutton's horse, okay? Like, I'm not interested in Sutton's horse. I'm not really interested in Garcelle and the same conversations that she's having with her teenage sons. I'm not interested in Crystal and her weird-ass relationship with her brother, which, by the way, her brother's, like, in Singapore now. I think he, like, just wanted to get the fuck away from Crystal because Crystal was probably, like, controlling way too much of his life because, like, didn't he say that Crystal was, like, the reason why he broke up with his fiance, or why him and his fiance broke up? Like, damn. No wonder your brother's in freaking Singapore. Like, I feel like he doesn't even want to be in the same country as you, Crystal. So, like, but that was her storyline, and I wasn't interested in that bullshit. Kyle, she had whatever shit going on with Mauricio and with Morgan, but I felt like her story arc, the part that was important was her friend Lorraine. Her friend Lorraine's passing. I think that really impacted her a lot. That's a very traumatic experience to have somebody pass away from suicide. And, you know, there was a whole entire episode dedicated to Kyle having this 1 year memorial celebration of life for Lorraine. So I feel like that was more of her story arc than this Morgan Wade person or Mauricio. I don't know. That was what everybody was leading towards. But even that is like, okay, if you want to lead towards those two, she had like 3 different story arcs going on. Erica has her whole Bet It On Blonde thing going on, which that is also big news. I mean, it was big enough for Bravo to give her own little limited special. What the fuck did Dorit have going on? I mean, Dorit's another one. She's boring as hell. Like, I would not be upset if Dorit did not come back. She was boring as hell. And what the hell was that, like, weird little, like, thing going on her forehead? I kept on, like, wanting to reach into my TV screen and, like, wipe that strand of hair off her forehead. It was just, awful looking. And her outfit was awful. Like, her outfit reminded me of, like, I don't even know what. Like, it reminded me of, like, The Handmaid or something. Like, it was just, that outfit was just horrible. It was not, she kept on saying, Andy Cohen said, what were you going with this look? And she said, fashion, fashion, fashion. Like, no, girl, that was disaster, disaster, disaster. I did not like it. I also feel kind of like, you know, like, look, I'm going to say this. I know that people deal with PTSD differently and all this other stuff, but I feel like Dorit does not have a storyline, and she's making her PTSD more than what it is, because and again, I know people deal with PTSD differently, but there was just certain things that were not jiving with somebody who has PTSD. And one of those things is like the way that she streaks when, like at Garcelle's Lifetime movies screening event, she shrieked. And it was like so weird. And she's like, oh my God, you know, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, girl, you have a camera crew with you. You have a freaking audio crew with you. You have field producers. You are in a room with 100 people. Like, the camera is legit facing your face right now. And for her to shriek like that, I felt it was very performative, and it was like overacting, which, by the way, she's not a good actress. I feel like she has nothing going on. And, you know, obviously she couldn't come up with another catastrophe this season, because then it's going to be like, okay, somebody call the freaking insurance agents or something, because there's something fishy going on. But Anne-Marie, okay. Look, I didn't get to know Anne-Marie at all. I didn't get to know Anne-Marie at all, except that she is a nurse anesthesiologist and anesthetist, or whatever the fuck she wants to call herself. That's legit the only freaking thing I knew about her. I feel like Kyle and Erica were the only ones that had anything going on. Sutton had her freaking horse going on. I will say this. She did have, like, you know, where she's trying to, like, get back into dating again, and, you know, the whole Merce thing. But I mean, all of that could have taken one episode. So I felt like, you know, she's another one. I don't know. I'll be interested to know who comes back for Beverly Hills, if the same cast comes back or not. I kind of feel like they should bring back Lisa Rinna. Filming has not been schedule yet for the upcoming season of Beverly Hills, but yeah, that is where we leave off. Tell me what you guys think. Who do you want coming back? My damn dog is barking. This stupid dog. I feel like, see, this is why I don't do live videos, because I'm always having to pause my damn videos to do something. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Who do you want coming back? Who do you want going? Who do you, like, you know, wouldn't care either way if they stay or if they came back? So I'll check in with you guys next time.